Head coach Brad Brownell and Hunter Tyson.
Congratulations to Bonnies. They played an incredible second half, big time shot making. So they're a difficult team to play and really hard to play in about 18 hours because of all the different things they do offensively. You can tell they look like a team that's been together for several years and a good team that's been together because they execute their stuff incredibly well, not just like an initial action, but they've got second action and third action that they get to that most people don't. And that was the difference was their ability to shoot the ball in the second half. We had some shots in the second half that, we need to make. We didn't make very many. But this is certainly a disappointing loss because I thought we played really hard and really well for, 25 to 30 minutes of the game, but got beat by a team that executed better than we did down the stretch.
Hey, Coach Trevor Gross from CUTigers.com. Obviously, like you said, you led most of the game. I think you're up by as many as 16. What was the key to that run that they went on in the second half? I think it was a 16-0 run.
Shot making. I guess they made 10 threes in the second half, maybe 10 to 12. That doesn't happen very often. They really execute their stuff. They run some intricate things where there's misdirection and a screen going back the other way, and we had some confusion. It's hard because you haven't practiced it. You haven't seen as much of that this time of year. So there's just really good offensive scheme that their kids run extremely quick, fast pace that makes it even harder to guard. And when they start making some shots, obviously the crowd was great for them. The building got energized, and we just weren't able to make enough plays to withstand. So,
Brad, you mentioned the crowd. Obviously, there's no more, but you guys can't take more victories with it. But is it a good experience for you guys to play just in a hostile environment?
Yeah, this was a great game for our team. I mean, you're playing against a NCAA tournament team, in an environment that feels a little bit like a road game, and you got to make plays to beat them. You got to execute. Hopefully we learn from it. Hopefully it makes us better, makes us smarter, tougher. We didn't make a couple plays that we need to make in order to beat a team of this caliber. And to their credit, those guys, they kept playing. We told our kids before the game, this is going to be 40 minutes. Doesn't matter what the lead is. Doesn't matter, whether we're up, down, whatnot. These guys will never give in. You've got to beat them. And they proved tonight that that's hard to do.
With Allen Muir, you're hoping that maybe some of the shot selection was a little better, just with the stretch.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, Al's one of those guys that's a little bit of a, I give him some leash. I mean, that's, he's a guy that makes a lot of shots for us. He's made most throughout his career. He's probably a career 40% three-point shooter. And so he's going to have a few that are going to be a little bit looser than some other guys. But we didn't execute and make them today. Second half.
What do you think the guys can learn from a game in an environment like this early in the season?
I think really just not to let up. Really got to credit those guys. Like Coach said, they ran a lot of good stuff, and they played hard all 40 minutes, and they executed better down the stretch. So not just to get comfortable and continue to work hard and treat every possession like it matters so we can come out on top this time.
Brad, I know with the free throw shooting from David Collins, been up and down, but is this the type of player you felt like you guys being another quarter to see intensity has on both sides?
Yeah. I think David and Nas have both been good players for us. They're really competitive. It hurt us that David got into some foul trouble. He's a big, strong, physical guy that brings the toughness. He and Nas both, they bring toughness, physicality, and you can see we don't have a lot of guys like that, especially at the wing. And so those guys are important players for us, and I thought they did a lot of good things in the game today.
Coach, on the last play, did Nick do the right thing to dribble back out to the?
No, he should have just gone ahead and taken the two. We obviously ran a play with a couple options to get threes. His being the first, PJ was another one, and then we told him if you don't feel comfortable with the three, drive it in the paint, and if you think somebody helps, spray it. We'll take the three to tie if they leave. They showed tremendous defensive discipline on that because when they switched again. Then we drove it. Most teams are going to have somebody look at the ball and leak, and they didn't. They stayed home. Now, Nick should have just laid it in with 5 seconds to go or 6, 7 seconds to go. Now we get it in and foul them and make them make free throws. But He made a poor choice. Ultimately, that's on me. But that's not obviously what we wanted to do.
Hunter, on that.
Brad, on the previous possession, was there any thought of going to PJ down low?
We tried a couple times late, and they did a good job. We called a play to go inside, and they jumped on top of him and made it hard for us. And so, we certainly were trying to get a mix throughout the game. I think PJ's that's an area that he's got to continue to work at. He's got to really demand it down there and hold guys off and keep moving and sealing. And but we did call some action for him late in the game on a couple of occasions. I know we got it to him once late. There was kind of a breakdown after, and he got fouled. And then there was another action that we called for him that they did a really good job of. They swarmed him, and then they trapped him late too. They trapped him on a possession. I don't know, with a couple minutes to go, and we probably didn't get it moved out of there as quickly as we needed to attack it.
Go ahead. Hunter, on that 3 at the end of the game, did you feel like you got a good look that you wanted at the end there?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great look. Just got to knock it in. It felt good, but missed it by maybe half an inch. So next time I'll be ready.
Any more questions for Coach or Hunter?
Coach, obviously you can't do too much over this loss with a game on Sunday, but I imagine whether it's West Virginia or Marquette, I mean, that's a pretty good opportunity for y'all.
Yeah, they're both, really good teams. I think they're both undefeated, off to great starts, play extremely hard and change a bunch of defense, get after you. And so, yes, it's another great game, another opportunity for us. And, we got to lick our wounds tonight and get back at it tomorrow and figure out how to try to win a game.
All right.
Brad, was that it?
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.
Dan, what time is that game?